While it's lovely to see you here today watching the show, I hope you're not spending too much time in front of the telly and you're getting out and about, hanging out with your friends and making some new friends. I'm Carol and welcome to Over 50 So What? This is the show where age is no excuse. Have you done everything on your bucket list, or do you have a hobby or an interest you've always wanted to pursue? Well, maybe the U3A clubs are the answer. Today we chat with Anne from U3A Network Victoria. After the break, please join us in the fitness segment. And lastly, we meet the legend Lyn Harris, who took up car racing later in life, and we're going to find out what makes her tick. The bucket list is all about that list of things that you've thought you've always wanted to do, but you've just never quite got round to it. Well, today we're going to look at an organisation called U3A, a network which provides a plethora of activities for you to do and try over 55. It could be languages, science, art, wine appreciation, fitness even. Today we meet Anne Grigg, Vice President from U3A Network Victoria. Anne was the recipient of the Kingston Woman of the Year 2022 Courageous Commitment to Community Service. Hi Anne, and welcome to Over 50 So What, and congratulations on your award for Courageous Commitment. I love the title of that award for service to community. Anyway, welcome.
Thanks very much, Carol. Yeah, the award was a really amazing thing to be involved in. I think you retire and you think, oh, I'll just get on with the things that interest me, and then all of a sudden you're getting an award. It's a wonderful thing to happen to you.
Yes, well, I was really happy to meet you at the event, so that was awesome, and to have that connection with U3A, which is something that I've sort of been vaguely aware of, and I've had sort of a brief encounter over a decade ago, but it wasn't until I knew I was going to be talking to you that I researched a bit more and found out even more about what U3A is. Can you just explain to the viewers, what is U3A? What is University of the Third Age?
It's one of those things, people hear the word university and their heart starts to palpitate and they get a bit scared of it. But it's a wonderful organisation. It started in the 1970s at a university in France where people had retired from the university life, but they were still interested in learning. So they just started informal sessions where people just walked through the university and would talk about philosophy or history, the things that interested them. And it then turned into a worldwide movement. In Australia, we've got 300 U3As with 100,000 members.
You mentioned it started off in France and at a university, but it's totally evolved into something different now.
Very much so. It doesn't look like a university does at all. It sounds great for some people. I met a woman about a year ago who came to the University of the Third Age. She'd worked all her life on a farm and had a really great life, but never had an opportunity for education. So she came to U3A to learn something, did a course, and then went on to a real university and got a degree. So it was a really great starting point for her.
There's many, many different types of courses you can do. There's also other things you can do as well. It's not all about doing courses, is it?
No, it's very focused on the social aspect of life. You know, as people retire, you're looking for something different. What's the next stage of my life going to be, that third age? You want something social to be built into that. A lot of your friendships before you retire are based on work things or sporting things that you may not be able to do so much anymore. So you come to U3A looking for social connection as well. And once you join a class, you become very connected to people and have lifelong friendships. You know, many of our members aged well into their 90s and have had friendships for 30 or 40 years.
So your membership base is predominantly 55 plus, semi-retired and retired, is that right?
Mostly it's as you move into that retirement phase of your life. I think our range would be 55-ish, And I know people who are still tutoring well into their 90s.
So do you need to have achieved any particular level of education to be able to come along? Is there any requirements there?
No, there's no requirements to come for any sort of qualification, just an interest in learning, because a class isn't just about somebody teaching you something. The conveners are volunteers. Certainly there aren't any exams, there's no tests. It's just there for the love of the learning.
So give us an example of some of the topics and courses and things that U3A does or offers.
It's different at each U3A. Now, there's 104 U3As in Victoria, and of those 104, everyone offers something different. At our U3A, which is U3A Kingston, we've had courses on, we've just had one on confronting Shakespeare. So looking at Shakespeare's work from somebody who has worked professionally as an actor in Shakespeare plays. We've got table tennis. We've got a social studies class that every Monday morning they have a guest speaker from all around the world looking at the most amazing topics. Recently we were talking about a not-for-profit, I suppose, in Cambodia. Pickleball is becoming the favourite. Many U3As have taken up pickleball. It's a bit like badminton for those people who don't know. There's exercise to music. Some have yoga. I know there's Zumba at one of our U3As. Lots of people are very interested in genealogy as they retire. There's writing courses, there's language courses.
So you do have physical things, like you said, Zumba and yoga, and you have social events, and I think you do walking clubs and things too.
Exactly, yep.
Line dancing.
It's very popular, and people go from U3A to U3A to do line dancing. It's just amazing.
Fantastic. I thought even one of them had wine appreciation and
Exactly. That's right. And again, one of our tutors, I've been in that class. The tutor used to work for a company that sells wine. So he decided he'd put together a class and looked at different types of wine each week, have a few tastes of different things. And it was a really nice social activity as well.
So when you talk about having classes and running courses, they're not done in a typical education setting like at a university or at a TAFE, are they? What type of venues are they running?
It varies incredibly right across the state. We've got a building that has a number of rooms in it. It's the old courthouse. So back in the day, it was the courthouse for our area. And it's got a couple of rooms in it. And then behind it is the Maternal and Child Health Centre. So it's got some rooms in it as well. So it's just very comfortable to be in those spaces.
So if someone is sitting at home alone watching us today, and they're thinking, I'd like to go along, but I don't really want to go on my own, what's going to happen when I go? I mean, how does a new person get introduced to U3A?
Well, many U3As do all of that enrolment online these days. So that's the easy part for a lot of people. It's the fronting up that's the hard bit. But what we try to do is have in each class somebody who welcomes new people to a session so that you feel comfortable. Some U3As might have a morning tea once a month for new people, just so that they can get to know how the place runs, getting connected to people, and make sure that they go for a coffee after class so that they have that social aspect as well.
Now, where do you find U3A in Australia? Is it all around Australia? Is it regional? Can they do it online? How does someone find a U3A near them?
To find a U3A, each state has a U3A network. So if you contact your U3A network, they'll be able to put you in touch with your local U3A. Here in Victoria, I know that you can go to the network's website, which is u3avictoria.org.au. And there's a section called Find a U3A where you can put your postcode in. It's not always about being close though, because some people actually want to do a course that's not offered at the close U3A. With our line dancing class, we've got people that come quite some distance. You can always Google. Many U3As have their own website and all their courses can be online, so it's really easy to find. And online courses, COVID has brought us very quickly to online courses. And some of those are now going back face-to-face. And I've been really impressed with the way, I suppose, senior Victorians, I'm going to say, have connected with an online world. That social connection could only come through that online world. In Victoria, our network offered Zoom sessions and Zoom training. It's great. ring your local U3A network, find a connection to your local U3A.
Well, thanks so much for coming on the show today and telling us more about it. You've got such a fabulous network of services and things to help people through their pre-retirement and retirement years.
Thanks very much, Carol. It's been a pleasure.
Wrong way. Keep the knees out. Over the toes. Now, if you get a bit fitty, you can go a bit deeper. That's it. And down, 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 down. Now, small ones. Down, 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 down. And we're going to do a bend and point, bend, point, bend, point. Swing it. You can snap your fingers if you like. That's it, looking good. Okay, walking. And we go. 1, 2, 3, tap. 1, 2, 3, tap. 1, 2, 3, tap. And we're going to take a forward and back. Forward. 2, 3, tap. Back. 1, 2, 3, tap. That's it. Take a kick. Woo! Kick. Now, if you're feeling really confident, we're going to do a little hop in the middle. Kick, back, 2, 3. Get it small to get used to it. With that little hop. Last one. Hold it there.
Lyn Harris, affectionately known to her peers as Penelope Pitstop. If you're old enough to remember the wacky races, out there in a Subaru 1998 WRX.
Hi Lyn, nice to have you back again.
Yes. I'm still here, you haven't frightened me yet.
Now, in the past, you've done competition basketball, competition squash, you've been racing yachts, as well as doing the car racing and the competition rock and roll and the boot camp. So what motivates you to keep trying new things?
Just the environment I think that you're in at the time, because a partner that I was with had a trailable yacht, and he and his mates used to race it, and so he taught me how to sail, and we used to go off and sail around Western Port, be away for a week and just cruise, and then the next weekend there might be a yacht race, so you've got to strip it all down and sort of make it all nice and light and get your crew together and off you go again. So yeah, very different things. So it's being in different places, I think, at different times in life that have, I've been able to do these things.
So you obviously don't get motion sickness, so you're
I
driving a race.
do.
Oh, so racing cars and on a yacht, and you have motion sickness?
No, just on the yacht, because if anybody needed anything, I'd have to go down below to get it. And being down below when the boat's rock and rolling, or sort of sliding around, it's not fun. And I found one time the battery had come loose and I had to try and manoeuvre it to get it upright again, and I couldn't. It was too heavy. But I felt quite squirmish by the time I got back up again, so I can't do that. But sitting up on top and running around the deck, fine. But not.
And racing, yeah.
Yeah, oh, that doesn't bother me, no.
Yeah. You can swim, obviously.
Well, yeah, but it's lovely because you get the porpoises will follow the boat and that. But yeah, they get up to some pretty big speeds, some of those boats. So it's fun.
So moving into the future, next 10 or 20 years, is there any sort of more sailing you want to do, more car races you want to do, anything?
Well, I suppose it depends on where I land in the world of things and who you meet, because unless you do go out and meet people, whether it be in a little walking group that I'm doing at the moment, you sometimes don't get that opportunity. So somebody might say, oh, we're going out sailing, just on a social day, do you want to come? Well, yeah, and then they might say, oh, well, you can do this or you can do that and pull the sails up or spinnaker, whatever. So no, I think you've just got to get out and about and meet people. You won't like everybody, but then again, there might be just those one or two that will change your mind about doing something.
Yeah, so you just meet new people and they've got different interests and they might say, oh, come and try this, and so you just go and try it.
Yeah.
That's as easy as that.
Well, it is as easy as that, really. Even my physio the other day we were talking about cards, and he plays bridge, and I haven't played bridge, but we were discussing it, and I said, well, I play 500, and then in the little walking group, and somebody else said, oh, I play 500. Maybe we can get another couple of people, and so who knows? Just in the next few weeks, we might all be sitting around drinking coffee and playing 500. But you just don't know what's going to happen or how you're going to be in the next year, particularly with this COVID.
So that's good for your brain, playing cards. Is there anything you do to keep your brain stimulated? Anything specific?
No. Well, I do watch some of the things on Channel 2. But I think dancing, because you've got to learn moves, you've got to sort of remember them. Even though the guy's the one that has to lead, you still have to know how to do it.
Yeah.
So
no, dancing's very, very good for your brain fitness, that's for sure. And for your physical fitness, so you just mentioned you're walking and you do dancing. Is there anything else you do for fitness at the moment?
No, don't go to a gym, and I'm certainly not doing any boot camp anymore. Although, you should never say never.
So you're not going to sign up for SAS anytime soon?
No, that's...
So is there anything you want to do in the next few years?
If I can travel again, that'd be great, because I ran into Daniel Ricciardo when I was in Budapest, and he took our photo, so that was
Special.
good. Yeah, special. And Just people that you meet when you're travelling too that, are interesting, and you learn about their part of the world. But I think I'd like to do a little quieter one and go to France and just sample some of the champagne.
That sounds like my kind of holiday too.
That'd be good,
And you wanted to look around the UK and some of the
Yes,
country.
yes. I think that watching some of the gorgeous little hamlets and seeing that on TV, and I'm thinking, I'd love to go and visit those and have a look around and still race the car.
So how long do you think you'll keep racing for?
As long as I can.
As long as you can have your licence.
Well, yeah, that's true. But I've got a friend that I race with, he's 82 and still racing. So
Is he the oldest one you know of that's racing?
yeah, at the speed that he goes, definitely. I still can't, well, he's got a faster car than me, but I still can't beat him.
So 82, that's pretty good goal.
Yeah. So, yeah, I keep trying, but can't quite get there.
All right, so we'll see you racing to 90 then.
Yeah, maybe pottering around. Probably have a faster walker by then with a turbo.
Well, that'd be interesting, racing colours on you.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
And mobility scooter.
Possibly, if I can get back to the Nürburgring and actually put the SD card in the GoPro this time, that would be good. That'd be good too. I'd like to spend more time with the grandchildren. That'd be great.
And just kick back and relax for a while.
A little while, yes.
And then you go, oh, that sounds good. I'll be off doing that now.
And that's the way it seems to happen, actually. You have a little bit of a break, or you're just, pottering along doing things, and then all of a sudden something else comes up and you go, okay, yeah, I'll try that.
So if someone's sitting at home, they're over 50, and they're not really doing a lot, and what would you say to them about making the most of life, to get the best out of life?
Get out of that chair. Get out of the chair, get outside. Find a little walking group, find your own walking group. No, don't give in. Don't give in. You've got to keep going and doing something. At your pace, if that's what you want. You don't have to be doing something like this. But if it's your passion and you want to do it, then definitely have a try. At least say you've done it.
Thanks so much, Lyn, for coming on the show. We'll
Thank
see you
you
again. And we'll check back in another 10 years.
Yeah, great.
See what else you've done.
I hope you didn't miss Lyn's words of wisdom. Get out of that chair. And if it's your passion, just give it a try. And if someone invites you to do something, just say yes. Check out U3A clubs near you for courses, hobbies and activities. And all guest info can be found on the website carolo'halloran.com. We'd love you to join our Facebook and YouTube channel, Over 50 So What. Now, get out of that chair. Over 50 So What? I'm Carol. See you next time. Thanks for watching our TV show. Be sure to hit subscribe and then you'll never miss an episode. Jump on Facebook, join our group, get in on the fun, fitness, wellness and inspiration. I'm Carol, over 50. So what?